Okay, guys, look, Debbie's already excited over there. So thanks, people, everybody, for being on here tonight. It is Sunday, what's today? December 16th. So super close to the end of the year, almost to 2019. Lots of exciting things going on. I'll take those off. And as you guys all are very well aware of, we are in an industry and in a community of people who strive to help other people get healthier. And as we are approaching 2019, we are at the peak of when we get to really do great things for so many different people. Because as you all know, people make New Year's resolutions, and I don't even know what the percentage is, but I would guess probably about 90% of those people choose to do something to improve their health. And we have exactly what they need, whether it be our product or our community. We are so capable and in a great position to help people. So with that being said, and knowing, and I wish I wrote down exactly what Debbie said the other day. I heard her say it, something about 2019 is our year. This is going to be our year to make huge changes for so many people, the people that we touch with our business and with our product, but also for ourselves. And starting off the brand new year with a bang and lots of excitement and energy, it's just going to be an incredible opportunity that we have. I would love to say I came up with this on my own, but I did not. I always want to give credit where credit is due. And a friend of mine that I met through the Brave Leaders program shared this with me and our pod a couple of weeks ago. And as soon as she said the word goal getters, like my ears got a little bit wider open, my eyes got brighter, and I was like, what is this? I need to know more. And she explained it, what she was doing with it, and I just thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be something that I think our team, all of Team Vision, needs to hear and participate with. So I reached out immediately to Krista and Debbie. We got Marianne and Wendy and Denise on board, and we've been talking, and we are so excited about this opportunity that we have. And the big piece, and I was telling Megan right before we started, like, if you know me, I just want to get right into what this is. And I got to make sure I let everybody know why this is important. And what we will find, if you're new to the community, you'll learn this as you go. If you've been around for a while, that magic word is community. And what we have discovered is if you want to be successful with this, with Juice Plus, with your health, staying in with the community is a huge piece of it. And even if it's not this, if you just look at community and what it does for people, and when people don't have community and people to do things with, you kind of sit back a little bit, things start to happen around you, and you're not really involved and active in it. And that's the opposite of what we're wanting to do. We want to do this 2019 together and have a lot of fun. And I don't know, raise your hand if maybe you would like to help more people in 2019. Yeah. Raise your hand if you would like to build your team a little bit bigger in 2019. Yeah. And raise your hand if you think maybe increasing your paycheck might be a nice thing in 2019. You got like a little happy fingers going on here. Jazz hands. So that's what this is all going to be about. We came up with a way to do something together with a lot of fun, building our community, and along with that, helping so many more people. And in the end, it's going to be helping you and your family, because you're not only going to be healthier, but you're also going to have better finances, and you're going to get to do that with people that are wanting the same thing that you want. So that's where Goal Getters comes into play. GOAL, Goal Getters. And what we are looking at doing is developing groups or pods of people within all of Team Vision who want to do those things we just mentioned. Maybe it's adding more customers. Maybe it's hitting a certain dollar amount in your paycheck. Maybe it's getting to a certain level within the company. But you're wanting to do it, and you're wanting to do it with somebody and having fun. Like having an accountability partner that's going after the same thing that you're going after, and having accountability partners that want to see you succeed and that you also get to help succeed. So how this whole thing is going to work out is after this is over, you have a couple of days to say, hey, yes, I want to do this, or you know what, this just isn't for me. And when you decide that you're going to be involved with Goal Getters, what you will do is actually set a goal, obviously, right? Goal Getters, you got to have a goal in order to go get it. So just a couple of examples of what a goal could be. So if you're brand new, maybe your goal is to fast track to virtual franchise. Maybe you've been around for a while and you want to have a qualified business. And if you're brand new and some of these terms make no sense to you, don't worry about it. We'll explain that later on when we get off of here. Maybe your goal is to have a comma in your paycheck. Maybe your goal is to change the number in front of the comma, or maybe it's to have a certain club level. There's so many different things that you might be after. And we're looking at a 90-day time frame. So where would you like to see your business by the end of March? So you have all of January, all of February, and all of March. We have a 90-day window to make this goal getters take place. So after you hear all the information, you say, yes, this is for me. You commit to it. And I know you're going, what am I committing to? Like, you haven't even told me what I'm committing to yet. I'll get there, I promise. But you decide that you want in. And then what we're going to do is have a lot of fun. And the way we are going to do that is, for example, and I'm just going to pick somebody who I know whose goal is. And Jerry, I actually used you the other day when I was explaining this. I know that Jerry would like to be in POB. And she can shake her head yes or no if I am right or wrong. Okay, she would like to do that. And I believe she wants to have 3 qualified businesses within her organization. And she wouldn't mind being a senior sales coordinator. Okay, she's like, yeah. Okay, so I know what her goal is. Now, you might not know what your goals are yet, but you get to pick them. And then your upline is going to help you make sure everything looks good and that it's a doable goal. So you have your goal. You commit to it. And it's not just, hey, I want to be in, but what we're asking is for everybody to just give a teeny tiny financial commitment to this. And it's going to be a really fun reason why. So for example, your commitment is only going to be $15 for 3 months. So $5 a month paid in the beginning. And that's going to be your financial commitment. You might say, well, why do I have to put in money to do something? Well, because if you have a little skin in the game, you're more likely to stay consistent for 90 days and not do it for a week and then bail out. And we want this to be something that has longevity to it, because that's how you're going to see the rewards. The other thing, so for example, Krista and I are both QNMDs, so we're going to double our price. We're both going to put in 30, and then we've asked Debbie and Denise as NMDs to put in 50. Now, Krista and I and Denise and Debbie have agreed that we will not take any money out of the pot. We're only going to put money into the pot. So once you commit that money, you're like, well, what's going to happen to it, right? Well, we're going to have little incentives throughout the 90 days where you're going to have the opportunity to earn rewards, so to speak. So for example, we might just randomly some week say, okay, this week for every connection call that you have on the schedule by the end of the week, your name's going to go into a drawing. And this is just something that we will come up with as we're going, or we'll inform you as we're going what all they're going to be. But we may say that one week. So you jot down and you start making phone calls and you're setting up connection calls. And at the end of the week, for every connection call you have, your name goes into a drawing. And we may have $20 gift cards, $30 gift cards. It might be a $50 gift card. We won't know the amounts, obviously, until we know what the commitment is and how much money we have to play with. So you're going to have the opportunity to earn back the $15 you put in plus additional funds. So that's where that $15 comes into play, your financial commitment on it. The other piece of it is you're going to come back at the end of these 90 days with way more than $15. Because if you think about how much your paycheck is going to grow in 90 days as you're helping people get healthy, as you're helping people join our mission and increase their own finances, your finances are going to improve as well. So it's a very small investment for some huge potential. Talk about a great return on investment, because you could end up increasing your paycheck in the course of 3 months by hundreds or thousands of dollars, depending on what you put into it. So you decide if you want to commit. You're going to make that small financial commitment. You're going to have your goal set, and then you're going to get that information back to myself or some of the other leaders. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make pods of people. So for example, if there's, I'm just picking random numbers, if there's 8 people who all say that their goal is to have a customer qualified business, then we're going to put you in a group and you will be accountability partners. And along with your group, you will have someone like Denise or Marianne, Debbie, myself, Krista. One of us will be in your group as well. So you might put together a Voxer chat where you are having a great conversation and it's all positive information. So it's like, hey, I just thought of this. I'm going to host a meal prep party the last Sunday before every Shred 10. I mean, whatever you decide you're going to do, but you're sharing that information within your Voxer. It could be, hey, because you're going to meet people you don't already know. So some of you may not know that Jerry Carmichael is a teacher for the visually impaired students. Or you might not know that Jerry's daughter has a heart condition. But when you get in that group and you start to get to know each other, and then all of a sudden you meet somebody you knew, you might, hey, Jerry, could you do a connection call with me? Because I think your story would really be inspirational to this new person that I've just met. And guys, this is I think one of the most exciting things for me about this group is what this community is going to do. When Debbie and myself and Kira Ann did the Healthy Solutions back in November, we had so much fun. And I never knew Kira Ann. I mean, I met her one time, but I didn't know her. And now we're talking about how excited we are about getting to see each other at the next Big Juice Plus event because we developed this relationship with each other. And that's what we're going to have in these pods. You're going to be in a pod with people that you may know and people that you may have not had the experience or the joy of meeting yet. So you're going to get to build your community of people that way as well. So you'll have that Voxer chat to be bouncing ideas off of each other, sharing your wins, sharing your victories, helping each other out along the way, and really having a great impact as you're doing that. Then we'll have the groups together. You'll have your goals, and I'll show you in a little bit. We have a worksheet. I didn't design it. It came from a website, but it's called Goal Getters, where you will write down your goal. But the biggest thing, guys, is anybody can have goals. And if you've ever heard Krista Hawkins do her training, you have to have SMART goals, which means you have to have action plans to make it happen. And when you get your sheet, you will actually get with your upline or someone within the leadership group, and they're going to help you with your action plans to make sure that whatever goals you set, you have the actions set up to actually make that happen. So if you say, let's say your paycheck's $200 right now and you want a comma in your paycheck and you're only willing to talk to 3 people a month, that's not going to cut it. So that's where we want to come in and say, okay, this is a great start, but how can we improve it? And at the same time, we also want to make sure that you're protecting your time as well. And we don't want somebody that's going so hard that you don't take the time to breathe or just relax every once in a while as well. So we just want to kind of be a sounding board to make sure that everybody is in a really good place, pushing you outside of your comfort zone because that's where life really begins, but not so extreme that you can't handle it and not so simple that it's not making you grow. So we'll have all those things together. Now, to keep the communication simple for all of us, we will have a Facebook group where all of the documents will be held. So the forms that you might need will be there. We may put videos in there every once in a while just for some inspiration. When we decide that we're going to do the incentives that we will do throughout the 3 months, we will put it in there. So we'll have that Facebook group, and only the people who are doing Goal Getters will be included into that Facebook group. This is something that obviously will be involved in it from day one. But if you have a brand new team member that signs on January 28th and they want to get started, they can be added in February and March, and we'll just make their commitment will be $10 instead of the $15. So it'll be kind of a prorated thing. But it's really important that everybody has a little skin in the game. Looking at my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, this was something that Denise came up with, and I thought it was really great, is as a lot of you, I'm thinking maybe all of you know, is that we have the Pajama Regional is coming up in early January. And when we're hosting one in Murfreesboro, we are actually if you're there and you are planning on being in Goal Getters, then we will be able to sit down with you and help you fill out the sheet to make sure that your action steps are all laid out. That'll be a great opportunity to work together on things. And the other thing, and I've said it once, but I want to make sure I say it again, these goals are your goals. This is not something where I'm going to come into people within Team Courageous and say, you have to do X, Y, and Z. It's if you want it. And it's whatever, however big or however small you want it to be, that's what your goal is. So for some people, your goal might just be, I just need to get moving. Like, I haven't done anything, or I haven't done anything in 6 months, and I just need a little kick in the pants to get me going. And that's what your goal can be. That is fine. But if you're also someone on the opposite end of that who's been highly involved and active, and you're shooting for a big goal, and you're trying to fast track to senior sales coordinator, or you want to be QNMD, or you want to have a 12 club, or whatever the case is, then that's exactly where you should be putting your goals to be. And we're just going to lock arms. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. And you're going to get to meet new people, have a good time building your business, and making a difference, not just in other people's lives, but in your own life. So that's pretty much all I have on that. Debbie or Marianne, I don't know if Chris is on here or not. And I don't know if, I thought I saw Denise earlier. Do any of you guys have anything to add before I stop the recording?
Only that I think it sounds fantastic. I think it will give us direction, motivation, everything we want to have anyway, but to have that community, that group of like-minded, goal-getting people. I love what you said. You got to have a goal to go get it, And so I think it's just I'm probably more excited about this than any business area. Apart from nutrition, of anything we've done as a team. I just really hope there will be so many opt-ins, because I think we'll see a whole lot of lives change by March 31st. So I really appreciate it, Sherry, for bringing it to the team.
Absolutely. Okay, well, I'm going to give you guys some dates, because these are going to be important. So today is the 16th. And by the way, if you commit, and I will have to write down everybody's names that are on here. I'll have to get the list real quick. If you commit to doing Goal Getters and you are on this Zoom, your name is automatically going to be added into a drawing. You're already going to have your name one time into a drawing that we're doing. I know, right, Debbie? Yeah, all you had to do is show up. You didn't even know it. That's all it took. So because we are so close to Christmas, guys, and because it is so important for every single person on this Zoom to be able to enjoy your time with your family, and for me to be able to get everything done and enjoy my family, we're going to have a couple of short deadlines. And I hate to use the word deadline because that sounds kind of rough, but it's really important for you to do this. So to be committed to this, just to have a verbal commitment, and you can tell myself, Debbie, Marianne, Denise, or Krista, and Wendy. There's 6 of us that are in here, by the 19th. So that's Wednesday. We need to have a commitment by Wednesday, a verbal yes or a verbal no, if you would like to do this. And actually, if you're saying I'm out, I can't do it, just even tell us that, because we're going to be following up with everyone, and that will help us just to have a yes or a no. So that's by the 19th. My next job then is by the 21st, excuse me, this is still for you. By the 21st, that's when you need to determine your goals. So once you say I'm in, you're going to get added into this Facebook group, and there's going to be a list there of potential goals that you could have. Because some of you are like, I don't know what my goal should be. I have no clue what I should be going for. So you'll be able to look at a list and say, oh, this would be a really good thing for me. So that'll be by the 21st that you will have to say, here is my goal. I want to be whatever it happens to be. The 23rd is my deadline to get the groups formed. So that's when all of you have said, yes, I'm in, here's my goal. And then on the 23rd, I will have groups put together for the individual pods. So I'm just picking random names from people I see. I have no idea where a lot of you are in the business, but if Tina and Jill and Cynthia and Rachel are all going for the same thing, then I'll put that group together. And again, all of that will be listed in our Facebook group, so you'll be able to see your list or see the people that are going to be in your group. The 24th and the 25th, the only time you should be picking up your telephone is to say Merry Christmas and then get back with your family. Actually, you don't even have to do that, but I don't want anybody thinking that they have to do anything over the 2 days for Christmas. Then that comes with the 26th, and I will just probably be doing some finalizing of just the details, just getting everything cleared out. The financial piece of it, January 1st. So if you want to be in, and this will all be in that Facebook group, so you don't have to worry about writing down my Venmo, but you'll be able to either send me money via Venmo or PayPal. Everything's going to be kept up on a spreadsheet so that I'll know exactly how much money we have to play with when we start awarding prizes. And then, guys, on January 2nd, or you can start on the 1st if you want, depending on whether or not you're a New Year's Day chill or New Year's Day let's go. I have 2 birthdays on New Year's Day, so I'm kind of a combination of things. But on January 1st or 2nd, it's go time. And that's when you guys just jump on in. And like you said, there's going to be leadership within all of these Voxer chats. So, and I said like this to Debbie, I'm not a national marketing director. I don't know how to get to national marketing director clearly because I'm not there yet. So I would not expect to be mentoring a group of people who are trying to get to NMD. Debbie, however, knows what she's doing. So Debbie is going to mentor the people that are trying to get to Q or trying to get to NMD. Does that make sense? But then, so people that are just wanting to get their first or second promotion, you may end up having Marianne or Wendy or Krista or myself or Denise. Denise will be mentoring a higher group too since she's an NMD. But we're going to make sure that you have someone in your pod that's listening, not like listening Big Brother type listening, but just listening to give you ideas to say, hey, anybody thought about maybe doing a virtual event and you guys are all sharing your stories together? And then keeping in mind too that these Voxer chats that you're in are not to get to the point where all you're doing is listening to Voxer messages. That is not the intent of this at all. It is not to be quiet and nothing is being said and you're waiting for crickets to be chirping, and it's not to be inundative. It's just to be a place of positivity and accountability. So if you guys all say, hey, this week, let's do this, at the end of the week, check in. Did you actually all do it? Okay? Any other kind of communication that you want to have is entirely up to you. If you want to have a monthly Zoom, a weekly Zoom, whatever you want to do, we collectively as a group will do 1 Zoom a month. There might be some extra ones along the way, but we will do 1 group Zoom a month just for a check-in and make sure things are going well. Okay? So those are your deadlines. The 19th, I need to know if you're in. I see I've got all sorts of stuff on the chat going on. I'm hoping that means I got people already saying that they're in. The 21st, determine your goals. The 23rd, I'll have the groups formed. And January 1st, the money is due. Okay? All right. I am going to stop the recording.